Welcome to the show. My name's Princess JJ, and I'm here to talk about Youth Connect Uganda. It's going to be a show that's going to be broadcast every week. Your youth out there, and you don't know what's going on. A lot is going to be said, and I believe don't miss up because we're going to be talking about different topics, and one of them I'm going to be interviewing people from different angles. We have children from primary, high school, and then university, and then after university. Guess what? Today, my guest is Mr. Dumba Timothy, who was a former guild president of Uganda Christian University. And I know a lot is going to be said, and you, a youth out there, I believe, in his story, how he grew up to where he is, you'll pick up something that will help you to build you or to build your muscle as a youth, because I believe that he has gone through a lot. And in his time of being guild to where he is right now, I believe you can pick something that will help you to build yours as well. Welcome, Mr. Dumba. This is Youth Connect Uganda.
Thank you, Princess JJ.
Yeah, you can introduce yourself to the viewers.
Greetings to all our viewers of Youth Connect. My name is Dumba Timothy. As have been previously introduced, I am the former guild president of Uganda Christian University. I am the patron of the Fuel movement, and I recently graduated.
Okay.
So I'm also a former student now.
Oh, you graduated this year?
Yeah, this year in July.
Okay, that's nice. How was it?
It was amazing. Graduation was God's grace. I did not expect everything that happened on that day. I didn't expect to graduate as the best male student.
So you were just doing casual stuff.
I was doing my best. I knew I had the first class. I was doing my best, but it was in an interview. Yeah, when the interviewer asked me, so how does it feel graduating as the best male student? I'm like, hey. So I didn't know.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a big surprise.
Okay, that's really nice.
I thank God for that.
Okay, that's really nice. So tell us about yourself, like you as Timothy Dumba, because someone else wants to know who you really are.
Dumba is first and foremost is a servant of God.
Oh,
yes, I'm a servant of God.
Okay.
I've been blessed to be a leader most of my life, all the way from primary.
Okay.
So I see myself as that person who stands between technology and society, or social leadership, what I would call it. So from my childhood, primary, I've always been in primary as the president as well of the students in my primary school.
Okay, that's nice.
High school, I was also deputy head prefect.
Okay.
And other positions as chairperson computer club. So again, technology and leadership. Then when I went to university, I was doing a Bachelor's of Science in Information Technology.
Okay.
And I also became guild president. So that is my life. It has been about leadership, impacting people. I just want to live, whichever place I go, I want to live it better than I found it.
Oh, that's really amazing. So what inspired you as a person to, like, from your way, because when we're growing up, we have people that make us like to feel like, I think I can do this. Like a parent, you have leaders that are making us to feel like, I think I can make it. You say it from your primary, right? So who is that inspired you to think like, I think I can make it? Like,
there are so many people that have been there in the journey of my leadership. In primary, I think one of the people was my father.
That's amazing.
Yeah, okay. He was my father. I asked him who is in charge of making sure that the adults, the old people are okay and that they are happy. And he told me, because I was looking at him complaining about the roads. I'm like, what? So who is in charge of making these roads?
Okay.
You know? And then he was like, well, the one who is the head of everyone is the president, and is the one who's supposed to make sure that everyone is okay.
Okay.
And I'm like, how can I be that person for you?
That's really nice.
So, and he's like, you can start small. You can start in your school, and so when I heard that we also had a president in my primary, I was young, as in P3 then, but I knew that I can start looking towards this position. So by the time I reached P6, I took a chance, and God enabled me to go through.
How did you feel?
When first of all, I was what can I say? I was the underdog. I was the underdog in that campaign. I can never forget that campaign. Very good. Primary elections, sweets, what popularity. So I was not popular. I was were competing 3 people. But then when it came to speech day, that's where many things changed. We were given an opportunity to speak to the children, to the people. It was crazy. It was crazy. People were shouting, and that's when I felt good. And then I did my best. I changed the way presidents are viewed in my primary.
So by that time you had confidence already?
Yes, confidence started coming in my P3, P4. That's when I started becoming confident. Before I was a normal child, but even a bit shy. I used to even stammer.
Oh, are you for real?
Yes.
How did you overcome that? Because that is really a big challenge.
If I know some of our viewers, if you're there and you are shy, you can't talk in public, you stammer, that's where we all begin from. That's where, yes, you just have to. I started trusting the Lord more and more in my P3, and I used to put myself in. When I started reading the Bible at a young age, I started seeing all these different stories of the Davids and what. And so it gave me the confidence to put myself in challenging situations where you had to speak and pronounce things. But it was scary. But step by step, you just don't have to be afraid of failing.
So meaning you didn't have people like students that were laughing at you at that point of life? Because I believe that there are people who are going through such things. And how did you overcome such a thing? Because it's really challenging.
One thing I can say is that there is no one who you admire who has never been laughed at. There's no one. Those people that no one talks about, those are people who no one ever laughed at, because they never did anything, they never tried anything different. If you try anything different, be rest assured that people are going to laugh at you. So I've been laughed at many times, and I even think and I hope that there are more times in the future I'm going to be laughed at.
Okay,
and
so
I will not stop. Not stop.
So it didn't frustrate you at all?
I did. Hey, Princess Jojo, your esteem breaks.
Yeah, like, what I want to know, like, how did you feel? And because it is really, a person who stammers, and then at this point of life, like, you're an inspiring person. Like, we look at you, you get. So how was the feeling? Didn't students laugh at you? I mean, how was the feeling? Because I believe we have people out there that are going through the same challenge. You find a kid, he can't even speak in the public, like maybe at their range of children, and then he can't come out because of that problem. Yeah, that's why I'm so emphasized about that. Yeah.
Well, one thing is that you can't let them win. You can't let them win, because if they laugh at you, well and good. It doesn't kill you when they laugh at you. But if you don't try again, then you're the one who has lost. For example, there is a time I had just become president. And the first speech I gave as president in my primary, I was talking. I went and talked to the headmistress, and I'm like, we need a field with grass where people can play, because we used to play on the concrete. And then she was like, okay, that's a good idea. So she projected. We had land as a school. We had land after the fence. So we're going to break that wall, and we shall use that grass as a field. I'm like, hey, good. So now, in my first speech to the students, I told them that we are going to break that wall, and we are going to do. The entire school laughed. The entire school laughed.
Which was that school?
Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo. Okay.
Kagwa, Mengo.
Mengo. That was your
primary, P1 to P7.
Okay.
And if you go there, there is a field.
Probably it came to pass.
It came to pass. So who's laughing now?
How did you feel after that? Like you've made it?
Yeah, you just, at first you break when they laugh, but you're like, we are going to do it. You just have to do what you said you'll do. Because people laugh and they forget, they have other things that they are focusing on. It's not only you that they are laughing at. So when they laugh, it's okay, calm down, but ensure you don't let them win.
Oh, that's really amazing. Then after your primary, you went to?
King's College.
Bodo. That's cool. Eh? Hi to everyone, OGs and OBs from King's College, Bodo. Those guys. Talk about your experience in your high school, because I just want to feel how it's, because I know those guys, they feel like they're somewhere else.
We are good people.
Yes, I know, but how was the experience? Like, you've just joined your Form 1, you're from leadership, and then you're going to your high school. How was it, like, or entire stuff?
Again, when I went to Budo, I was from being president. I had performed very well also in primary. So I got a place at Budo. And when I reached, things were different. It was a good experience. I had always wanted to go to Budo from P1. So I was happy that I was here. Fitting in was not so easy, because because I was president in my former school, I wanted to stand out in a way. I wanted to do things. But Budo is a very interesting school, whereby already outside Budo, all of you, because you're Budonian, you stand out. But in Budo, to stand out in Budo, that's a different game altogether. It's not so easy.
So it was really hard for you to become a leader in that environment.
It wasn't, yes, it was challenging, because again, I had to experience some being laughed at many times. But
I thought by that time you're already okay, like you kawa. You don't have any problem with stammering.
No. The stammering had gone. But if you ever stop being laughed at in your life, then you've stopped growing. That's why I say even now, I hope that I do some more things that will invite people to laugh at me. Because in S1, I tried to start, I started a tournament for S1s. And that was unheard of in Budo at that time. So they used to say, what gives you the guts as an S1 to start a league?
I know.
You're not supposed to even be having playing time on the pitches.
Yes.
But we tried. It eventually stopped, but it started. So that was...
it started by you?
Yes, it was started by me.
Okay, that's
so
nice.
That was one of them, and there are so many other things. But I lost my first election in S3.
I'm sorry to say.
So many things happened in Budo. I lost my first election in S3, and again, a lot of laughing happened.
No, it's understandable. It's fully understandable.
But those are the things that build you. That's where you learn and you rebuild yourself. So in S4, so coming back in S5, I'd always wanted to be HP, because in primary, I knew that I'm going to become president wherever I will go. In high school, if they have a president, I will be president. In university, if they have a president, I will be president. Yes. So I already knew what I wanted to do by the time I reached Budo.
That's very amazing. So you didn't give up on how, like, it's really
you
not.
Can laugh. You can
You
laugh.
know how it feels, like I don't even, when I imagine it, like starting something and then it fails. Do you know how it feels?
Yeah, I do.
Because me, I have this problem, like if I try to do something and then eventually it fails, I feel like I'm not supposed to move out. I'm not supposed to look at anybody. Like, I just want to be indoor, so that I don't know how did you fight it, because you were at school, you have failed. Like, how did you overcome that?
Very good. That was S3. You've gone through.
So you are going to answer it.
And those campaigns were for the entire O level. So we had to move around campaigning. So everyone knows your face. And I was competing against a lady. This position, I was running for chairperson, junior debate club, but it was like for the entire S1 to S3. Now this position had never been filled by a lady before. So I was competing against the first lady to ever run for that position. And after losing, you really enjoyed that.
I think it's so hectic.
After losing, you feel that there's that moment you feel like the world is going to stop. But the world does not stop. The world does not stop. You just keep moving. You thank the people who supported you, but you don't let them. But you can't let the system win. If you stop when you have failed, that's when you let the system win. Never. Once you fall down, never stay down. Always stand up.
Yeah, I always have this thing on, but I hear one of the people say, like, when you fall, at least I know when you walk and then you fall, like you have, I don't know how to even phrase it, like when you
fall down 7 times, stand up 8.
No, it's like when you fail to walk, at least fall down, scroll. When you fail to scroll, and then just lay yourself down, someone will come and pick you from down. Like, don't give up.
Don't give up.
Because it's really hectic to be in elections. You have convinced people that I'm going to be your leader, I'm going to do ABCD, and then all of a sudden things go worse. I just imagine, like, how can you overcome that? How are you going to look at your the person who won from the other side? Like, how did you look at them?
Pastor, I don't even know. But we remained friends. We remained friends. I tried to help her whenever she needed me.
That's so amazing.
And it was things were like that. Things were like that. But again, as I said, and my manifesto at that time was not. It was too big for the students at that level, the S3s, S2s, S1s to fully understand. They wanted more. The thing I learned from that loss, because every loss teaches more than a win. You learn more from failing than you learn from succeeding. So when I failed in S3, I realized that people, you can't. If you want votes from people, you have to. Yes, you need to present your own solutions, but also you need to understand that people want quicker wins. What is more attractive? So you have to find a way to blend that too. Not to end up lying, because that costs you as a leader, but you have to learn how to present your ideas in a very likable manner. So I learned that from S3.
So after you've who gave you the idea of saying, I think I have to join UCU because you were a guild from Uganda Christian University? Like, who gave you that momentum? Because there are very many universities in Uganda. So what made you think, I think this is the best university to go to?
Well, at the time, Princess JJ, at the time we were in COVID. So UCU was the only university that was operating at the time. It was very, UCU is an e-university. That means it has the ability to fully operate online. And it was the first university to have that ability in this country. And we all like people who are innovative like that, like UCU. So in our time of COVID, we had finished our S6 exams and we were waiting. And UCU was the only university still moving forward, while everyone else was kept at home.
That's true.
My father was the one who brought the idea of, why don't you either go to UCU or Nkozi.
What is Nkozi?
Nkozi, Uganda Matters. Uganda Matters University. Now I was like, okay, let me think about it. But because I wanted to be guild, I needed to see where it's easier to become guild. Now at Nkozi, they didn't accept a non-Catholic guild president. Only Catholics could be guild presidents.
Why?
Because it's a Catholic university. Just like also UCU. UCU is an Anglican university, so only Anglicans can become guild presidents.
Are you for real?
Yes, I am for real. I am for real.
I didn't know that.
That's it.
Okay.
For president or vice president, Anglican, because it's not position of guild president is not like HP. When you are guild president in a university, you are part of the council of that university. So that's the supreme governing body of the university. So if it's an Anglican university, the council has other bishops and other different professionals. So you need to be sharing the same faith and values such that your decisions are in line.
Okay.
So even in Kozi, I assure you their council also has priests.
Okay.
So you have to be sharing the faith to make that simpler. So I knew, okay, now UC is the obvious choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to our viewers, you're a student out there and you want to come to Uganda Christian University, one of the things you have to think of if you want to become a guild president means you have to be an Anglican, right? So if you're a Catholic, Piramupango, you're a born again like my cameraman. Please don't waste your energy to think that you're going to become a guild president, yet you are not an Anglican. But we have the capacity to change in case I want.
Yes, you need to be, but you need a confirmation, a baptism certificate. Yeah, and
that is really hectic.
Yeah, but you can still serve in other positions. For example, the speakers we've had of our parliaments have been Catholics.
Okay.
We've had even some Muslims
okay.
as prime ministers, because so it's just that position of president and vice president. But the rest, you can serve from any religion, basically. Yeah.
That's really nice.
But faith in God is important. A leader cannot lead properly if they do not serve God.
Meaning you are a leader in church.
No. Serving God doesn't have to be in church.
Tell us.
Serving God is even in the way that you do your things.
Like?
For example, if you have God as the authority in your life, you can't just do certain things.
Like?
You have to treat people with dignity. If you don't believe that God exists, you can disrespect someone. Because to you, if someone is, for example, of another tribe, or you see a Kenyan, to them, that's a Kenyan. So you can, if they're in your country, Uganda, you can mistreat them maybe because they don't understand the language.
I know.
But if you serve God and you know God created everyone, so whether Princess JJ is from your tribe or not, whether someone is from your country or not, they are your brother and sister.
That's a good one.
You treat them differently. You treat everyone the same, but with love.
That's a good. I'm seeing even my cameraman is smiling. Yeah. This is a cocktail guild president. Yeah, that's really nice. So what are the challenges that you went through? Because I hear that Uganda Christian University is one of the universities that are very expensive. And then you have to incur a lot of money. You get what I'm saying? Like you have to incur a lot of money for you to become a guild president. Can you clarify about that?
Well, any university with politics is not it's not simple. It's expensive. But personally, I've been on record as having used the least money for campaigns. I may not get into the figures, but the thing is, when you're to become a leader, these things of politics, campaigns, they have made us believe that you need a lot of money to get positions to lead, but that's not the case. A leader, what you want to do as a guild president, you want to serve your people. You want to solve the issues that hurt them. If you're intentional and you're serious, the moment you come in first year, start finding out what Princess JJ is facing. What are her issues in the school? What does she want to be done? You can't wait for campaigns to start telling her tuition, what. There you need a lot of money to get to her. You need posters, you need music, you need to take her to different places.
I know.
You don't want that. If you don't have the money to do that, start early.
Okay.
You make friends, you understand what they go through, you understand what they need. You love them.
Okay.
By the time campaigns come, you only spend money where it's necessary. So your budget reduces. A lot of money is necessary for people who didn't do their work at the start.
Oh.
So you need money to make those things easier. But if you start early enough, you don't need
You start befriending them, telling them how they are good, asking them. No, I'm getting that question because you never know, I might be a good friend, but no, I'm not a cat. What?
You're not an Anglican,
yeah. But I think you have to befriend them.
Yes.
Be like talking to, and I hear okay, different universities, like law students, they don't coordinate. Okay, what are the challenges you went through, not only in campaigns, but you as a leader when you're in that position?
Challenges in what way?
In what way, because you're now the head of the school, that entire girls go through a lot. I'm going to be a little bit personal. We go through a lot. I hear, I heard about one of the guild from a different campus that I won't mention, talking about the challenges that we girls go through, girls in periods, girls don't have ABCD. Are you really concerned? Do people come and comfort you and tell you about the problem that they're going through at campus, we as girls, about pad problems and then about stuff? Are you concerned about their challenges, or for you only the guild that you're concerned about the school, the finances, something like that, helping the needy at campus, people who don't have tuition, something like that? Can you talk about you didn't you get challenges from other students that are talking about such? Yeah.
Thank you for that question. Yeah, you as a guild president, you first of all, you're heading all these 10,000 plus students, and that is just within. Now, as a guild president of UCU main campus, as also guild president of the other campuses we have one in Arua, we have in Kampala, we have in Bale, we have in Kabale. So all those students you also represent, so the number goes way up, 15,000 plus. And you sit and you represent these students at the council. So different people, of course, come to actually, Jackie, the first time I had just gone through as president the election. Then the next 2 days after that, I was in my room, and then an unknown number called me. And as president, you expect unknown numbers.
Yeah.
And then the person was like, "Hey, President Jebali, ko bananga kaluka kulike." I'm like, I'm all happy. And what is like, Katino, Diwano Mutao Naenga Silina Sente Zenga too. And it was close to Christmas time.
Okay.
And so this person was stranded in town.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he was even a student, but this is a university. You have so many people. You can't have seen everyone's face. You can't know who is a student.
Yes.
And so from the issues of shoes to the issues of finance, I don't have, I'm not going to be able to do the papers, to the issues of relationships, the issues of home. A student has been, because of late night, those who commute, because of a late night discussion, the parent has locked them out of the house. They can't return.
Yeah.
All of these issues, they all come to you as the president. But luckily, you work with a team.
Okay.
The entire guild government, there are different ministers and different officials that help to help you solve these issues. Now, for the issue of girls, I knew about it, and you have to be concerned because where they are staying, they are hostels, and even in the home, do they have a good? Now, one of the things for us we're doing is that do they have a good disposal system of the pads? Because pads cannot be disposed anyhow.
Yeah.
But as a boy, if you don't have friends who are girls, you may never really know that. You know about pads, but you think maybe they can just be. You don't think about it that they can't be put in a dustbin, in the usual dustbins. So those things you learn again by starting early, talking to people, making friends. Then they tell you what's on their hearts. Hey, but by the way, Timothy, they open up to you before you even go for presidency. So you write that down, and you're like, how can we do this on a wide level? The other thing is that in my time, we had an official, my minister deputy minister for gender and social affairs, started a campaign, Pad a Girl campaign, which is still going on right now. Pad a Girl.
Pad a Girl.
Hey, Pad a Girl.
Okay.
So we and this was not for UC. It was, of course, we had students from UCU contribute, but now we were the campaign that was led by him is called Abura. We could go to the northern Uganda, different parts of the region, to just ensure that girls get access to sanitary pads.
Yeah.
And also reusable ones as well. How can they learn to make reusable pads? Such that every girl, especially in the rural areas of the country, can get access to, can be healthy in this way. Because it affects things like going to school, self-esteem. We can't have those things anymore.
Oh, meaning you people, you funded it?
Yes, the campaign started in our time, in our government. So we funded it also as a student body of UCU, but also other partners came on board. They saw the importance and the fact that people are already working on it, because people like funding things that are already moving, not to just talk about an issue then wait for someone to give you money. Start moving the little that you have, and people will give you more money to do.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, brother, that's really nice, because I had someone talking about vision. I think yesterday but one talking about vision, like we people would confuse vision and goals. And what you're saying, it's now really true coming out, because like if you have a vision, you start with the little you have. Your vision will bring more people to support you where you will be. If at all it's a very nice vision, people will see it, and then they'll help you out to do that vision to accomplish.
That is it.
So thank you so much about pads and all that. Other challenges, like if a student is at school, if I get a breakup, where am I supposed to go to?
Breakup in what?
In a relationship. Like, are you responsible? Like, okay, people have this, we students have this in mind. I'm a student too. We have this in mind. Like, I can't befriend a guild. And besides that, we see you guys like to be, you're at a high position. Because recently I had some complaint. People are like, I texted the guild, but it doesn't respond back.
I hope that wasn't me that did.
Yeah, it wasn't you. But you say hail, you send a message, but this person doesn't respond. Yeah. And then when you meet her or that person in person, I don't know, but okay, can you phrase it? How is it supposed to be?
First of all, now for example, in our time, the most important thing for us was to ensure that we keep connected with the students. Because you be among them in campaigns, making noise, dancing for them. I danced for students. I danced for them.
You danced for them?
I danced for them.
They told me on the line all over the roads of UCU.
I couldn't also believe that I sang and danced for them, but that's what campaigns can make you do. So I didn't want that after the students feel like they've made a friend in you, that they know you personally. Then you get the position and you disappear.
You bring a gap.
You put a gap. So now for us, we had this thing that every 2 weeks, or every week, on Thursdays, the government, different guild officials come and they sit in a DH and they just receive people's complaints or gratitude if they are thankful, or even just conversation. So we used to sit there and we just talk the entire Thursday afternoon with them, and they liked that because
you inclusive,
me inclusive,
Mr. Dumba.
So in that way, people keep connected to you, because that's what's most important. Yes, you may have talked about the manifesto, but you made a friend with this person, or they feel like they know you.
Yeah.
However, it's not so easy, because now as a guild president, now I have to say for my colleagues, the ones who replaced me, the ones who came before me, that when I was guild president, my WhatsApp chat had 1,250 chats. You can't possibly respond to all of those. Can you imagine 1,000? You're not counting groups. Those groups, you have like 500 groups that you're in. These are 1,250 people that are texting you and need a response in one day. So you can't possibly respond to everyone, but you can try to. Now for me, I wasn't very good with WhatsApp. So I made it up with being open in person. Yes, you're in office, but when you get some time, go to the DH, go to the pitch, go to the classrooms, just talk to people. Talk to people, get to know them, because not everyone you can get to on the phone.
Okay, that's really nice. Okay, a quick one.